Hello. So today I want to tell you about the game Dark Heist from Ashy Feet Games. And I actually got to meet and talk with the designer Mo, and this is a really cool game. So it is a deck building game where you are committing larceny and heist with crooked monsters and monstrous crooks. And it is just a thematic, fun, good time. So you have a player mat or a play mat, which you know I'm a fan of if it fits in the box, and this one does because that's key, where everything is going to be laid out. So we have our basic heists, we have our advanced heists. Once someone completes 3 heists, the end game is triggered, but you can only do 1 basic. So you better be saving up for those big heists, and those big heists are going to get you a lot more points. Then we've got heat, we've got valets, we've got goons, we've got our discard pile, we've got things going on. We've got our larceny deck because crime is fun, and in the Victorian area, crime pays. And then we have our streets. So this is the area that we get to recruit from with our cards. Everybody starts out with the same starter cards, which is common in a deck building game. And as much as you have, you can recruit, and then those go to your discard pile to come out in your deck in future turns so that you can then do more and more and bigger things. However, not everything is going to be easy or smooth sailing. For example, when cops come out onto the street, you're going to have to pay coins. You're going to have to take heat into your hand. You're going to maybe have to clear the streets, and some of those scoundrels that you were hoping to recruit, they're now gone. So there's a lot going on, but it is a really good time. And everybody gets their own little player mat as well that walks you through the steps of your turn. It keeps track of your deck and your discard, which is great because sometimes people confuse those. And then it also has a spot for your heists, and it also explains all of the symbols and all of your options. So on your turn, you have the option to play your cards for sway or for crime. So each of the cards that you draw can be played for either one, but you have to decide. So for example, this one can be played for 2 sway or for 1 crime. So when I'm playing, I have to decide which value I'm using off of that card. And then some cards also have abilities that you can choose to trigger or not. Some have mandatory abilities that you have to trigger. And some cards obviously are going to play well together and give you enhanced bonuses. So if this were my hand, and maybe right now, since things are kind of early, I need to recruit. So he has no recruit bonus. So we're going to do some crime there. Maybe a little, we just need 1 more crime there. So let's do this. And then if we turn these this way. So I now have 5 sway of people that I can get. So I think I want to get the maestro, who's going to get me 2 coins when I ransom. So we'll take him into our discard pile, and then I get to do 3 crimes, which gets me this larceny card because it told me I needed 3. And that gets me 2 coins, which coins are always good. You can collect them, you can steal them, you can do all the things, and a one-time bonus on the back. So this says bury this card to give a player heat. I can do this now, or I can do this on a future turn. You can place a heat card in a player's discard, even yourself, if that's your thing. So I maybe don't want to do this yet, so I'm just going to keep it, and then my turn would be over and play proceeds to the next person. Now, the other option is when I draw my 5 cards, and obviously I'm probably not going to want to do that when I just have starting cards in my hand, is I can do a heist. So I take a heist card, either a basic or an advanced, and then I need to work my way through completing the heist. And there's several steps to do that. If I cannot complete it in 1 turn, then I use one of these little cubes to show how far I got, and I then have to continue to work on this heist until it is complete before I can get another heist. So you can't have multiple heists in front of you at a given time. You may only have 1, and you have to complete it. But when you complete it, you turn it over, and you won't know what this bonus is until you turn it over, but it's an ongoing bonus. So completing heists is very beneficial for those ongoing bonus. Once somebody completes 3 of the heists, and again, they just go up here, then that will trigger the end game. You'll do the final round so that everybody has the equal number of turns, and then the game is over. And on all of your cards that have victory points, you will go ahead and tally those up, including your heists, and whoever has the most points wins. Your coins will be worth half a point each at the end of the game. This is a very clever game. I love a heist theme. Ocean's 11 is my favorite movie. Obviously, this predates Danny Ocean a little bit, but it is a really clever game in the way that you are taking cards into your hand, trying to combo things, trying to get through the heist because you want those bonuses, but you don't necessarily want to complete the third heist because you want to keep getting more points, but you don't want someone else to do it before you. There's also a solo mode, which is great because not a lot of deck building games have a solo mode. So there's an auto player that will do things so that everything will churn and refresh and you get a full experience. So that is Dark Heist from Ashy Feet Games. I highly suggest you go try it out. If you've played it, let me know what you think. Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.